Cool, guys, it's another week. Woo! Woo! What are you doing, Jack?
For me, I'm finishing off the Colouring Pixels Gems and Minerals DLC. Not sure if that's the final confirmed name, but that's what we're going for. And I think I'm doing some WooLoop levels this week as well. My first time, so that'll be fun. I think I'm going to be doing a Sea Serpent for the Fantasy Packs. That'll be a fun one. But yeah, I'm not going to overachieve myself, so I'm going to say that for now.
Yeah, so as Jack said, the WooLoop DLC is coming out on Friday. We have the Fantasy DLC that's coming out, so we work on getting those levels done. So I'll be helping out with that as well. I think all of us are doing Fantasy DLC levels throughout the week. But other than that, once I get that done, I'll be working on hexceed, because hexceed's year 3. We had a little meeting last week to confirm the details of that, and getting stuff in the store page, that's ready, getting the store page set off, and getting the world hopefully set up so we can get IC onboarded with hexceed next week as well.
Yeah, and as for me, hexceed mainly this week. A bit of WooLoop bug fixing and stuff like that. We just kind of want to get the game as good as we can. But yeah, hexceed, going to make a start on Switch as well as the year 3 things. So fingers crossed we can get a year 2 hexceed Switch sent off.
Okay, so I've made quite a lot of progress on the Gems and Minerals DLC. Got quite a lot done today. I did this, what do you call it, like a mineral geode. Just a rock with some crystals in the side of it. And I'm working on this crystal skull kind of scene here. Kind of got the crystallus kind of forming off the side. And I'm going to have some up here as well. Some traditional crystals forming off the top of the skull. I didn't get as far as I wanted to today because I've been working on some WooLoop levels as well, which aren't finished yet, but I'm sure you'll see those soon.
Cool, so today has been pretty much a hexceed day for me, which has been a really nice change because it's been a while since we worked on this project, and we do kind of like it, so yeah, it's been really good. Mainly I've just been adding all of the DLCs, so we've got 6 new DLCs that will be coming out this year. These ones, we've gone with Latin names again, but we've sort of done elements this time, so water, fire, earth, then I get a bit foggy, wind maybe? And yeah, the plan is we're going to do a year 3 pass as well, so I've been just setting up all the back end with Steam and things like that, and just setting the worlds up. So we've got little buttons in it here now that sort of represent the world template. Obviously no content on them so far, but yeah, it's just been a matter of setting all that up, so hopefully we can get started on it later in the week.
So yeah, it's been a bit of a hectic Monday. So normally, obviously, with a Monday, the trailer is my priority, getting that finished. Not the trailer, sorry, the vlog. But I've gotten very little progress done on it. I've only gotten part of Monday. There's a lot more footage this week than normal as well, so I would be still quite a lot to trim down. But honestly, I've been sidetracked by a lot of other tasks, most notably on Steam, getting a lot of the replies, not the comments sent, replied to, because we did have quite a lot of influx of comments over the weekend, so that's been done. And as well as that, did totally forget to post the Fantasy DLC announcements, so I've just gone ahead and put them out as well. But we've also described how the DLC is going to be working, so obviously the fourth Friday of every month there'll be a new WooLoop DLC, so just letting people know about that in case they missed it in previous announcements. And yeah, announcing that the Fantasy DLC is coming out on Friday, and a link to the store page. So yeah, hopefully that'll start getting a bit of traction, and we'll see people excited to get some new levels to play on WooLoop. Another quick little update as well. Thanks to the people in Discord with this icon here. They are people who are boosting the server, and they finally pushes up to 14 boosts, which gives us a bunch of little benefits, such as better connection and bigger upload file sizes and stuff like that. But for us, what that means as well is we can finally get a little animated image at the top there. So you get the ability to put a little banner image with level 2, I believe, and then level 3 lets it be animated. A bit of a hassle because we didn't realise it's a 5-second limit to the GIF, at least for the autoplay. If you mouse over it, she'll play as well, I think, yeah. But with the 5-second cutoff, it looked a bit weird when I made it initially, so we made it quite simple, and it just cycles through all of the game titles there as well. But yeah, nice little update. Thanks again to everyone in the Discord who is boosting the server.
Okay, so we've managed to get hexceed working again on Switch. It was a bit of a pain. I had quite a few issues since it's been probably like a year since I've actually managed to do a build for hexceed on Switch. But I managed to get them sorted. I had to upgrade the Unity version to the same version that we're using for Colouring Pixels on Switch. I think this was like a couple of versions behind, and that wasn't right with the current Nintendo SDK platform. So anyway, it was a whole thing. That's all fixed. One of the things that we've changed though is we're moving this little box. This box used to be up here, and we moved it down here just because we want to avoid having a scroll bar for the new levels that we've added. Oh, I've done that wrong, haven't I? I've accidentally dragged that. Because yeah, we're adding a lot more levels to the game, and we don't have a scroll bar because it's a bit naff having to like cycle between all of the worlds as it is. And we don't want to have some of those worlds being invisible to a player unless you happen to scroll the bar across. So yeah, I've just been trying to work out that. There's been a lot of iterations. We don't quite sure what to do with this, but I think we're settled with this. Just because you're not going to be blocked by playing any levels, because if you scroll to the end of the world, it leaves this like sort of like a gap. So that's never gonna be covering something up. So it's a good place for it. But yeah, lots of hexceed work today. I think I just need to get the DLCs working now with the actual download part, the Nintendo backend stuff.
Just a day of making levels for the Fantasy DLC for the upcoming release on Friday. So just quickly made this a bit of a smaller level here, sort of like a scroll for a quest. Hopefully that'll be alright. As well as that, I finished up this level as well. I've done this yesterday, but there's quite a lot of corrections because it looked really bad, to be really honest. So I fixed that, made it look more acceptable for the game, which might be some sort of like a goblin or archer. I think the effect's quite nice. But yeah, just going to be making more levels and seeing how we get on.
Okay, cool. I didn't do an update yesterday, mainly just because I was working on Hexceed on Switch. That's all done though. I think the Year 2 pass is all prepped and submitted to lot check, so fingers crossed we'll hear back from Nintendo sometime next week about that. But yeah, other than that, it's been I've been working on WooLoop, adding a couple of new features to go with the update that we're planning to do tomorrow. One of them that you can probably notice quite obviously is a font option. So the game looks super weird with this font on, but it is easy to read. A lot of people have been giving us feedback that the default font, although it's very stylistic, it is a bit hard to read, especially some of the letters. I think like Z's are a weird one. But yeah, so I've added this little drop down that changes the font, and I've added open dyslexic as well, because that's a big, that's missing at the top there, but still a bit of work to do obviously for it. But yeah, it seems to be going quite well. I've also added this option for an accurate cursor. One of the main bits of feedback we've got is that the mouse isn't one-to-one with the actual mouse cursor, so I've added this option that it basically makes it a little bit better. There are a couple of issues we've had with it, so like if you get it wrong and it knocks you back, it deselects the rope now. That's just because we can't set the mouse a lot. It's just changing the way the input works. But yeah, fingers crossed people will like this improvement stuff.
Hey everyone, just a really quick update. I'm actually working from home right now. So yeah, the pixel artwork's coming along really nicely. I've kind of put it on the back burner a little bit because I've been doing a lot of QA for WooLoop, as you can see in the background. But I managed to get these two ones done. I managed to get the, what's it called? Bismuth, the bismuth mineral done. I started that, I was in one of the first images I started. And it took a very long time to do. I've kind of just been doing it here and there as I've been going to the images. It was Rob's idea and it was a really nice idea. And I kind of put it into a pattern format to separate it from the rest of the minerals I did. And it looks really nice. It's definitely a standout in the pack. And then I did this gem serpent. I don't know where this idea came from. I think it's because I did the sea serpent in the new WooLoop Fantasy pack. So I think I kind of drew a bit of inspiration from that. But it definitely looks really cool. And it's definitely a bit of a mixed... This pack's definitely a mixed bag, I would say. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of WooLoop testing today. These obviously aren't completed because I'm at home, so my save files aren't here. But I need to QA a few more images because IC's made some tweaks to them, such as the unicorn and the fairy tale. And I think there's, what else is there? There's a few I need to do. Sea beast, moon tree, wizard. There's a few I need to QA, so I'm going to do a few of those now just to get them done. But hopefully by tomorrow I can start tweaking my image, which is the sea beast one. Okay, so this morning I've been doing a lot of QA work again on WooLoop. The fantasy pack's getting there, almost done now. I've been sending a few more fixes back to Lee and IC, and they've been getting them back really quick. So I've just been redoing the levels again. But this morning I need to fix my levels as well. So the sea beast, which is like a sea serpent, as you can see, it doesn't finish because there's some blocked pins around. And I'm going to make a few tweaks to the overall design as well. I've made a few tweaks already. And for the portion as well, which I believe is up here. This one isn't done because, oh well, it's sort of done. But these stars here, all have essentially empty pins that doesn't allow you to finish the instruction, so I need to tweak up those too. So that'll be primarily my morning, as well as doing some more QA work.
Okay, so today's been pretty busy, but we have managed to get a couple of new features into the game, which is quite nice. So we've got a couple of accessibility things. So we've reorganized this settings menu into different tabs. So we've got visibility at the top, because that's kind of the more important stuff, really, that people are going to be looking at more often. And then you've got all the movement settings, which is a bunch of sliders and stuff at the bottom there. We've also managed to add a couple of new languages, which is quite nice. It's Czech and Polish, which is really good. Thanks to our community for that one, because they've basically done it for us. So hopefully they'll appreciate that. And yeah, it's just been a matter of getting the DLC finished, all QA'd, lots of builds been happening today. And yeah, fingers crossed it'll go well.
So yeah, it's 10 to 8, latest I've worked, but just want to make sure the DLC is as perfect as it can be for release. And yeah, we've just finished up the testing there, so I've been testing each other's level as we go, and the final one to test was this battle level that Rob's done. It'll take a few moments to load up just due to the sheer size. There are quite a number of larger levels in this DLC, as you can see with the steps and pin counts that are on screen right now. Yeah, and there we go, there's the level there. All in all, it's pretty good. There's no major changes to do, there's no like broken parts of the level, but you can see here around the tower, I think there's some also down here. There's some single ropes, so you can see the rest of the image is double roped, so there's some minor changes for Rob to fix, but I think he's doing that now, getting it ready just in time for release, which again is in 5 minutes now. So yeah, pretty close, but everything's been tested and everything's ready to go. There may still be some minor problems that were found here and there, but yeah, hope you guys enjoy the DLC and let us know what you think.
Rob Lee, it's Friday.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week. I did a lot of hexceed stuff. So year 3 for PC has been sorted, I think. So we'll be starting work on that next week. And then year 2 for Switch, that's all been sent off to log check, so fingers crossed that'll be done in a couple of weeks. So yeah, other than that, lots of WooLoop.
Yeah, mostly WooLoop. All of us been chipping in, getting some levels done. It's the first WooLoop DLC. It's been out for a week for you guys watching the video, but it's still fresh for us. We're getting it released tonight at 8 o'clock. So yeah, we're just putting on the final touches for that and getting that ready to go live later today. Make sure you got your alarm set up.
Kim's calling me. Hello.
We have 30 seconds to wrap this up.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to all the people in Patreon and on Discord. What?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
In the Patreon.